Hello, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're shrinking down to the world of miniature marvels to talk about one of the most beloved insects on the planet. They're the polka-dotted heroes of the garden, the good luck charms of folklore, and the subject of countless nursery rhymes. That's right, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of ladybirds. You might call them ladybugs or even lady beetles. But whatever name you use, these tiny, shiny insects are packed with more surprises than you could ever imagine. From their vibrant colors to their voracious appetites, there's a whole universe of incredible facts to uncover about these garden guardians. So get ready to see these familiar little beetles in a whole new light. Let's start with one of the most common misconceptions: their name. While many people in North America call them ladybugs, they aren't technically true bugs. In the scientific world, true bugs belong to an order called Hemiptera, characterized by their straw-like mouthparts used for piercing and sucking. Our little friends, however, are beetles, belonging to the order Coleoptera. This makes the name lady beetle, or the British term ladybird, much more accurate. But where did the lady part come from? The most popular theory takes us back to the Middle Ages in Europe. The story goes that farmers were plagued by aphids, tiny insects that were destroying their crops. Desperate, they prayed to the Virgin Mary for help. Soon after, swarms of these red, spotted beetles arrived and devoured the aphids, saving the harvest. In gratitude, the farmers named them Our Lady's beetles, which eventually shortened to ladybirds. The bird part is a bit of an Old English quirk, where small flying creatures were sometimes loosely referred to as birds. So they are neither true bugs nor birds, but beetles dedicated to a holy figure. Now, let's talk about that iconic look. When you picture a ladybird, you probably imagine a bright red beetle with 7 black spots. This classic image is of the 7-spotted ladybird, which is very common in Europe. However, the family of ladybirds, known as Coccinellidae, is incredibly diverse. There are over 6,000 different species of ladybirds worldwide, and they come in an astonishing array of colors and patterns. They can be red, orange, yellow, pink, brown, or even all black. Some have spots, others have stripes, and some have no markings at all. The number of spots can vary wildly, from the 22-spotted ladybird, which looks like it's been sprinkled with pepper, to species with just 2 spots, or even the twice-stabbed ladybird, which is black with 2 striking red spots. This variety isn't just for show, it's a vital part of their survival strategy. Their bright colors serve as a powerful warning to potential predators, a phenomenon known as aposematism. That vibrant red or orange is like a giant stop sign in the animal kingdom, shouting, "Don't eat me, I taste disgusting." And it's not a bluff. When a ladybird feels threatened, it can secrete a yellowish, foul-smelling, and toxic fluid from its leg joints. This defense mechanism is called reflex bleeding. The fluid is essentially their blood, or hemolymph, and it's rich in bitter-tasting alkaloids. A bird or lizard that tries to eat a ladybird once will likely remember the horrible taste and avoid any similarly colored insects in the future. It's a highly effective way to stay off the menu. Some species can even play dead, tucking in their legs and antennae and remaining perfectly still until the danger is past. It's a double-layered defense system. First the warning colors, then the nasty surprise. One of the most remarkable things about ladybirds is their life cycle, which is a full-blown metamorphosis in 4 distinct stages. It begins when a female ladybird lays her eggs. She's a very strategic mother, often laying her cluster of tiny, yellow, spindle-shaped eggs on the underside of a leaf, usually right next to a colony of aphids. This ensures that her babies will have a ready-made meal as soon as they hatch. A single female can lay hundreds of eggs in her lifetime, sometimes up to 1,000. After a few days, the eggs hatch, and what emerges looks nothing like a cute, round ladybird. Instead, out comes the larva. This is the second stage, and it's often called the alligator stage because the larvae are long, spiky, and somewhat resemble tiny alligators or dragons. They are ravenous predators, and this is where ladybirds do most of their good work. A single ladybird larva can eat hundreds, even thousands of aphids during its development. They are eating machines, growing rapidly, and shedding their skin several times as they get bigger. Once the larva has eaten its fill and grown to its maximum size, it enters the 3rd stage, the pupa. It attaches itself to a leaf or stem and forms a protective casing around its body. From the outside, it looks like a motionless, hardened blob. But inside, a miraculous transformation is taking place. The larval body is completely reorganized, breaking down and reforming into the adult beetle. It's like a biological construction site where all the old parts are recycled to build something entirely new. This stage can last for a week or two, depending on the temperature. Finally, the adult ladybird emerges from the pupal case. This is the fourth and final stage. When it first comes out, its exoskeleton, or elytra, is soft, pale, and unspotted. It's very vulnerable during this time. The beetle will pump fluid into its body to expand to its full size, and over the next few hours, its shell will harden and the familiar colors and spots will slowly appear. The newly emerged adult is now ready to fly, mate, and continue the cycle. The entire process from egg to adult can take about a month in warm weather, allowing for several generations of ladybirds to be born in a single summer. The lifespan of an adult ladybird is typically about 1 year, though some can live for up to 3 years if conditions are right. Speaking of conditions, what do ladybirds do when winter comes? They can't survive freezing temperatures, so they have to find a way to wait it out. Their solution is to hibernate, or more accurately, to enter a state of dormancy called diapause. To prepare, they spend the autumn feasting to build up fat reserves. Then, as the days get shorter and colder, they search for a sheltered place to spend the winter. They often gather in huge groups, sometimes numbering in the thousands or even tens of thousands. This behavior is called aggregation. You might find them huddled together under tree bark, in rock crevices, deep in leaf litter, or even inside our homes, tucked away in window frames, attics, or wall voids. This group huddle helps them conserve moisture and body heat, increasing their chances of surviving the cold. The combined effect of their warning colors also offers better protection from any predators that might still be active. When spring arrives and the temperatures rise, they wake up, stretch their wings, and fly off in search of food and a mate. Now, let's circle back to their incredible appetite, which is why gardeners and farmers love them so much. As we mentioned, both the larvae and the adults are voracious predators of soft-bodied plant-eating insects. Aphids are their absolute favorite food, and a single adult ladybird can consume up to 5,000 aphids in its lifetime. They are so effective at this that they are widely used as a natural, biological pest control. Instead of spraying harmful pesticides, farmers can release ladybirds into their fields to protect crops like corn, soy, alfalfa, and cotton. They don't just eat aphids, their diet also includes other pests like scale insects, mites, whiteflies, and the eggs of other insects like the Colorado potato beetle. They are nature's tiny pest control agents, working tirelessly to keep our plants healthy. However, not all ladybirds are so heroic. While the vast majority are carnivorous predators, there is a small minority of species that are herbivores. These plant-eating ladybirds, belonging to a subfamily called Epilachninae, can actually be significant pests themselves. The Mexican bean beetle, for example, feeds on the leaves of bean plants, while the squash beetle damages squash, melons, and pumpkins. They look very similar to their carnivorous cousins, but their feeding habits are completely different. So, while most ladybirds are a sign of a healthy garden, a few of them are actually the troublemakers. Another interesting aspect of ladybird life is their flight. Those hard, shiny, spotted wing cases you see are not their actual wings. They are modified forewings called elytra. Their main purpose is to act as a protective shield for the delicate, transparent flying wings that are folded up underneath. When a ladybird wants to take off, it first lifts the elytra up and out of the way. Then, it unfolds its hind wings and begins to beat them incredibly fast, up to 85 times per second. This rapid wing beating generates enough lift for the small beetle to become airborne. Their flight might look a bit clumsy and bumbling, but it gets them where they need to go, whether it's to a new patch of aphids or a cozy spot to hibernate. In recent years, however, not all is rosy in the ladybird world. Some native ladybird species in North America and Europe are facing threats from an invasive species, the harlequin ladybird, also known as the multicolored Asian lady beetle. This species was originally introduced from Asia to North America and Europe as a form of pest control because it has an even bigger appetite for aphids than many native species. However, it has proven to be a little too successful. The harlequin ladybird is larger, more aggressive, and reproduces faster than many native ladybirds. It outcompetes them for food and has even been observed eating the eggs and larvae of native species. It also has a greater tendency to invade homes in the autumn, sometimes in massive numbers, becoming a nuisance for homeowners. This has led to a decline in the populations of some beloved native species, like the two-spotted ladybird, creating a complex ecological challenge. From their holy name and deceptive appearance to their incredible metamorphosis and crucial role in our ecosystem, ladybirds are truly one of nature's most captivating insects. They're a perfect example of how even the smallest creatures can have a huge impact on the world around them. They are a symbol of good luck, a sign of a healthy garden, and a tiny polka-dotted warrior in the constant battle against agricultural pests. That's all the time we have for today. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the wonderful world of ladybirds. The next time you see one crawling on a leaf or resting on your windowsill, hopefully you'll have a newfound appreciation for the complex life and hidden superpowers of this amazing little beetle. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.